Hey everybody, surprise, surprise, it's Shipper Age. I know, I haven't been active on this channel in a hot minute, and I'm kind of coming out of retirement here for this little Cyte-09 video, because I just had to make this. There's so much fun stuff about Cyte-09 that I've been really enjoying, and I just kind of want to showcase some of the builds, some of the ideas that I've come up with, and how I've been really enjoying playing Cyte-09 with the different layers of play that he has to offer and everything. So I'm going to jump right into the build here. Big thing being, as you saw there, I have 5 red Tau Forged. These are all duration based. I'm kind of building around the 3 with the 4 and the 1. I do have a subsume build, which is the one I will be showcasing for this one in particular. I'm running Ensnare over his 2. Personally, I like it for clustering the enemies for the headshot explosion. It just works a little bit better, in my opinion, for kind of the average day-to-day. Now keep in mind, I have been running him a little bit more as a solo frame, which is kind of unprecedented for me. Just that way I don't have to worry about teammates and stuff, and because I'm basically perma invis anyway, it's not a major issue. So as you see here, I've got the duration 226, efficiencies 100. We'll touch base on why I don't alter that at all with this one. Range 190, and then strength 214. It is important to note, I do run Molt Augmented for more strength as, you stack the kills, and then Molt Efficiency, since, hey, shields should be active if you're perma invis, so since things aren't really hitting you, you're going to get even more duration based off that. That being said, base duration is 22.65 seconds for the evade, with a max duration of 67.95. Keep in mind that that does not in fact factor in the Molt Efficiency. So when Molt Efficiency is going, I believe my max is right around 77 to 78 seconds, somewhere in that range, just by what I've seen playing, just a couple missions and things here. So I have a couple different builds. I have a high duration. I have just kind of like a more standard version of this build that does rock some efficiency, less range, but even more duration. Again, Molt Efficiency, Molt Augment, that is what I'm rocking kind of on all of these ones. It is important to note that I am running the Worthy Camaraderie just for that 75% weak point crit chance thing there. So that's kind of the build structure. As you see, we really go into the 3, focus killing things with the neutralize, use the Ensnare for that, and then of course use the Seek to show that. Now, the range on the Seek's 114 meters, which is pretty good. Ensnare itself has 57 meter range with the 19 meter radius, so I'm honestly pretty happy with those numbers. I'll go ahead and showcase that a little bit, but before we touch base on the actual video there, I do want to show this here. So neutralizer, I've got a couple different builds. One that I actually just started making right before this video because I just realized that I could. So this is the one I have been rocking, which is Sharpshooter, because if you're already kind of aiming for those headshots, that's why I don't run any efficiency, because hey, energy on the headshots, it just makes sense. I'm kind of leaning into that. Granted, this is probably not as effective as it could be, but honestly, with the Spectral Serration, all the other bonus and buffs and everything, I'm not too worried about it. That being said, I do have one that I think is probably a better build with the primary acuity here. It's still not fully ranked up though. I mean, Spectral Serration is pretty close as well, but I'm working on getting these ones ranked up. This I think will probably be better output for single targets. And since it chains, it's probably overall better. That being said, I've been enjoying the Sharpshooter more. I like the energy, I like the sustain. It may be not as high, numbers wise, but here's the thing. When it comes to Warframe, does it work? And guess what? It does. It's fun. I'm enjoying it. I definitely recommend giving it a shot. It may not be your cup of tea, but that's the great thing about Warframe. It's very easy to change builds and adapt to your playstyle. Like I said, I literally have 3. I have one that's also got a semi-rifle cannonade on here just for the additional damage and punch through. So is it needed? Probably not, but you know what? It works, and it offers more damage than the normal serration. Granted, I mean spectral serration at the time I put this one together, I didn't have it at anywhere near the 300 it's at now. So, but for the sake of this video, I will be showing the sharpshooter build for that sustain. I will be showing the ensnare video, the ensnare build specifically as well, to kind of showcase as well, since that has that just base efficiency. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop into the video now to really give you guys an idea how this functions. All right, so here you guys go. You can kind of see I've got the setup going already. I've got some, I've got my one down. There we go. There's the ensnare. You see it pulling in groups. Now, granted, didn't pull everybody over here, but that's fine. Headshot, get some energy. You know, basically, I like to see if I can't get like a little group of Scaldra pulled in, or Tekrot, whatever. Just a little group of enemies. Of course, Arthur has to kill him. This is another reason I said I do this kind of solo, because then I don't typically have teammates messing up enemy kills, things like that. Ooh, nice, Freedom Claws. Now, granted, the backpack is another one that is typically weak spot on a decent chunk of these enemies, so it's like, okay, definitely don't want to always be aiming for that. I'm going for the shield kill here just to get that checked off on this bounty, you know. Oh, come on, let's reload that. There we go. And then boom, headshot. All right, cool. So that kind of gives you an idea overall with the sort of the setup. Like I said, my numbers probably not as impressive as maybe what you're used to seeing, what some people are producing. But the thing is, they work. They're effective. It's fine, especially at this level. Granted, this is not Steel Path. I'd probably run the other one on Steel Path. I haven't had a chance to really test it out too much, but I've been doing like 25-30 minute survivals with this build. Just, you know, rocking it. I don't have to really focus on too much. I am literally just using the neutralize and then really the melee here to kind of clear these out. So I know that's not what some people are going to be enjoying playing with him. I've been completely fine just rocking the neutralize as like sort of my primary weapon. You know, with the energy and everything, regeneration, it's usually not too much of a problem. And as you start killing, you know, clusters of enemies, you're going to be picking up some energy orbs anyway. It's really not going to be too bad. Like I said, snare, boom, cluster. Try to find a head. If not, you're at least going to get something, some weak point in there, which will be huge. And while I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I don't know. It's one of those things where it is a new frame, so you know people are still trying to figure it out. But it's also one of those things where it's like I've been playing a long enough time. It's like I hear what they're concocting and just knowing with what's in game. That's why, like I said, in snare, just looking at the list, I was like, oh, that was kind of an easy pick for me, because it was just like, well, that seems like it'll flow real well with this. And it does, to me. It really does, especially in a build that I'm going a little bit more duration. I mean, 40 seconds roughly there. It's not necessary, but hey, guess what? It really helps. Even if I wanted to cluster like a group and then just run away for a little bit and, oh no, I gotta go take care of this thing over here. Well, that group's still gonna be clustered for another 34 seconds, so I can come over here, clear this out, you know, let's activate this. Oh look, that cluster's still over there. Oh look, I shot him through the wall. Yeah, that one usually lives. That's kind of the one that the one enemy that I see that I'm just like, okay, that's probably where the other build is better. But you don't have to kill everybody with the gun. You can also just walk up and mercy kill them. It's fine. Or mercy kill them and they don't die. That's fine too, I guess. It's interesting how that's a weak spot to me. I don't know why. That's so interesting. But it is. And you can still use your melee. It's fine. Alright, so I hope that kind of gives you at least a brief overview. There was one more thing I actually did forget to touch on earlier that I did think of last night that I think could be very interesting for Cyte, and I started running, which is for Helios Prime, running the Detect Vulnerability. Now, I think that is something that is real nice to run. I figured, hey, I need to run Helios anyway because I want to get scans for this area. And then it dawned on me, hey, I want to get those scans, but also, hey, upon completing those scans, you know, revealing weak points even without my one is just going to be an added benefit. So definitely something that you might consider if it's something you want to run, something you're looking to build into. I think it's fairly viable. Like I said, one of the beautiful things about Warframe, play what you want. Don't be afraid to try different things and just, you know, explore the mods. Some mods you may think suck, but you know what? There's probably at least a niche to at least a decent chance that there is some build that you can make it work in where it actually does something decently viable. So I really appreciate you guys doing this. I hope you had a fun time, and maybe this considers you, or maybe you'll consider giving Cyte some different build varieties. I appreciate you for checking this out. Peace out and have a good one.